Hey, it's Lee for On Your Marks Wrestling, and I'm here with my Smackdown review for March 27th. We start the show with a little bit of a review of last week with Daniel Bryan's return, and then we get our first match. It's Bobby Roode and Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, and it's supposed to be Sunil Singh. Mahal comes out, cuts a promo, says that, Randy Orton and Bobby Roode are supposed to experience the wrath of Sunil Singh, the Tiger Sunil Singh. But instead, because Singh's injured, he found himself a replacement. He found a lion, and then out comes Rusev. It was actually a nice little comedy promo for Mahal. I thought he delivered it well. We get the match. The match is nothing particularly special. It's kind of what you expect. They're all good workers, but no one kind of stands out as this person that you can't help but watch, at least in the ring. Eventually, you get into a spot where Randy Orton kind of steals a sneaky tag in on Roode. It shows a little bit of dissension. Match keeps going. Eventually, Randy Orton is in a good position against Rusev, but Mahal's coming in to interfere. Bobby Roode intercepts, but gets knocked into Randy Orton. It didn't look all that good. Orton gets angry, RKO's Roode, and then gets up and eats a kick from Rusev and loses the match. Rusev pins Orton. We go to commercial. An elated Jinder Mahal finds Rusev in the back, and he says, "This was great. Really appreciate you being my partner. I want you to be in the front row when I wrestle at WrestleMania. I want you to see when I win. I want you to be there in the party. It's a Punjabi celebration or something like that." And Rusev says, "Hey, I actually just pinned the U.S. champion. I'm going to go talk to Daniel Bryan and see if I can make it a four-way at WrestleMania." And then Jinder accordingly has a pretty angry face as a result of it. And Jinder has a great angry face. You can say whatever you want about Jinder. He has an angry face, and it's good. So then we get Shinsuke Nakamura in the back as well. Another little segment where he goes to AJ Styles and he says, "Hey, I know you're questioning yourself," or he says you're having confidence issues. AJ says, "I've never had confidence issues before." Then Nakamura says, "Hey, I want you in my corner tonight." So it's kind of a strange lead-in, but whatever. AJ Styles agrees to go into the corner. Then we get a match between Becky Lynch and Ruby Riott. And I noted that Becky was wearing her pay-per-view gear. I write that because in the last two pay-per-views, she's worn this kind of fire singlet thing, and I just went, that looks so much better than her regular gear, which is still pretty good. Her regular gear is like a steampunkish inspired thing, but I find this fire singlet thing just makes her look like a superstar. Maybe it's just me, but I thought it was kind of cool and weird that she was wearing it a little early. Maybe I just haven't seen the other matches. It's a decent match. It's given plenty of time to kind of develop. You get a little bit of Riot Squad interference, but nothing major. Near the end, though, you get Becky Lynch going for a disarmer. She essentially and then the Riot Squad gets on the apron. She essentially throws Ruby Riott into the rest of the squad. They fall off the mat. She goes for the disarmer again. Ruby Riott actually kind of rolls her up for a 2 count. And then Becky Lynch hits some type of cradle on her for a 3 count. So Becky Lynch gets the win. Then there's an attack by the rest of the Riot Squad. Sorry, I just had to refer to my notes because I forget things. And the Riot Squad attacks her, and Becky Lynch throws them over the top rope. So it kind of does a little lead into the battle royal at WrestleMania, the non-Moolah battle royal at WrestleMania. Thank God. So then we get Daniel Bryan, who comes out, and he kind of doesn't go all the way to the ring. He actually kind of comes out on the ramp and starts talking. He says that, he's all about giving opportunity, so he's going to give one last opportunity to Zayn and Owens in a match at WrestleMania against him and Shane McMahon. He says that Shane McMahon's in the hospital, but he has it on good authority that he'll be back for WrestleMania. He says if Zayn and Owens win, their suspension is lifted, or their firing is lifted, they're rehired. But if he wins, they're gone. He also kind of says, He's tired of being an executive. He hates wearing a blazer or a sweater or whatever he's wearing, which looks like a hybrid of both. He throws it down, and then he cuts kind of that passionate babyface promo, and he gets the, you're only allowed 1 or 2 swear words per episode, and he gets that good guy swear word. So he says he's ready to kick their ass. Good fire. Brian can't do any wrong right now. We're just so excited to see him back, I think. So everybody's happy on that one. Then we got another match. It's the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. New Day kind of cut a promo, just kind of typical. I didn't think it was anything special. I didn't write anything about it, so there you go. In terms of the New Day, Kofi is not in this match, so it's the other two that are fighting. There's good fire from the New Day, but you get the Bludgeon Brothers kind of get the advantage. At one point, there's kind of a cool spot where it's Harper and Xavier Woods in the match, and then Rowan goes outside, grabs Kofi, who's not in the match, throws him into Big E just before Xavier goes for the tag. So it looked kind of cool. Took 2 guys out and also kind of screwed over Xavier. Is it Xavier or is it just Xavier? I don't know. Then Rowan goes to grab the mallets that they have, starts carrying them towards the ring, and then the Usos come in and kind of interfere and prevents them from getting to the ring. And then there's a little bit of a melee. Usos get into the ring, and they kind of have a face-off with the New Day to set that thing up. And then the Bludgeon Brothers come in with their mallets, and the New Day and Usos kind of find a way to put aside their differences and just kind of run out, and that's pretty much the end of the match. Nothing really set up from this. It's just a kind of reinforcement of the match that's already scheduled for WrestleMania. That's fine. Nothing exciting, but nothing horrible. Then we have a Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze match. At one point, Breeze is chasing Ziggler, and Fandango thinks that Ziggler is chasing him, so Fandango runs. But then when Ziggler goes back into the ring, Fandango keeps running. Then he essentially gets a cramp from running too much, and Breeze gets distracted and looks in, kind of asks him how he's doing or if he's doing all right, or tells him to stop running, one of those things. I can't really tell what he says. And Ziggler uses that opportunity to zigzag him for the win. After the match, Ziggler goes outside and super kicks Fandango. So nothing particularly special here, but the 3 guys, I believe, are in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So, it's a little bit more setup. That match, probably the most forgettable thing on the show. So then we get to the final match of the night. It's Shinsuke Nakamura with, AJ Styles in his corner versus Shelton Benjamin, obviously with Chad Gables in the corner. There's an attempt by Gables to interfere with AJ Styles, kind of knocking him off the apron. At one point, there's this cool grappling exchange in the middle of the ring with Nakamura trying all sorts of submissions. Pretty competitive match throughout. I thought it was a fun match. Nothing stood out as really special, but I thought it was a good match nonetheless. Nakamura eventually wins with the Kinshasa. It was interesting. I thought Gables would jump in or try to do something, and he didn't move an inch, so it was weird. Nakamura wins, calls in AJ Styles, and then Nakamura, I don't know why, but he spoke better English today than usual. Very clear. Maybe he didn't have the mouth guard in. I don't know. But it was everything he said was crystal clear. You understood it. It was by far his best promo work he's done. Says, thanks for being here, but I didn't need you today. I just wanted you to see up close how I'll beat you at WrestleMania. And AJ Styles basically says it's one of these respect promos where he says, we'll tear the house down, but I'll beat you at WrestleMania kind of deal. He also says, what does he say? He says, I'm going to show that I'm already the best and people think you're the second best. And when I beat you at WrestleMania, I'm going to show that I'm truly phenomenal. Whatever. It's fine. It's good stuff. Nakamura says that he's going to win because AJ Styles is too emotional. And it seemed to hit AJ that that he had made a good point. Nakamura kind of walks out. AJ's kind of stunned a little bit. Then Gable and Benjamin attack AJ Styles. Nakamura comes back for the save. Then AJ is kind of just slowly getting up, and Nakamura is setting up for the Kinshasa. He runs up, kind of jumps in his face, threatens the Kinshasa, but then he says, knee to face to AJ Styles and pats him on the top of the head. It's very, very condescending and cheeky, and it was kind of perfect. And he even pointed to his knee and went face in his face. And I thought it was a really effective ending to the night. AJ Styles, in terms of mind games, Nakamura is winning. And, we have AJ Styles, who's almost the perfect athlete. And then Nakamura is really messing with his mind because you can't touch his athleticism. And now you're thinking, okay, Nakamura is finding his way to win this match. It's just kind of compelling stuff. It's being built properly. I wish all WWE stuff was kind of thought out this way because it makes sense. It's not like it's brilliant stuff, but it makes sense. All right, that was a pretty good episode of SmackDown. I actually thought it ended very well. I had a little bit of weakness in the middle, but, I'm going to go ahead and give it a number grade again because that's a thing I do now. I almost want to give it an 8. Oh, there's a little bit of weakness. You know what? I will say it's an 8. I actually liked a lot of the stuff. So 8 out of 10. That's a pretty strong grade. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm going to have another review of SmackDown next week, but coming up next will be 205 Live. Thanks.